piece of mobile videography and photography tech I've raved about since I got it is this, the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. And let me just say, it's gotten its use. And I have my fair share of complaints and maybe things I'd like to see in the future. So let's talk about it. Let's start off with the design, because something I've raved about since my review is how ergonomic it is. Like, first of all, the grip, it's very nice. There's a piece of rubber to keep your hand. Your hand is very, it's not overly sized, the grip. It's just the right size for normal average sized hands. The joystick's very easy to get to. The trigger at the back, very easy to click while you're doing it. Of course you have your M button, which gives you extra functions to flip it around to the portrait landscape, and you have your photography or record button. You also have your grip, which is very good. It's very good. Holds the phone very securely. I'm not worried about it getting loose and the phone falling out in any way. I wouldn't say that about the DJI Osmo Mobile 4 because of the new, magnet mechanism. So there's that. Obviously, you can do drop-down shots. You can do panning shots, follow shots. You can do tracking shots. You can set this thing up on a tripod and have it follow you around, like I've done for a lot of my videos. I've done that for a lot of my videos, and I tend to like doing it. It's very accurate with Active Track 3.0. Has not been changed in the 4th version, but there's that. Of course, it's very responsive, just as responsive as day one. The battery life is just as good, if not better, than day one. I can get a whole week out of this thing of full use and not have to worry. Of course, your mileage may vary. Make sure to have the motors stable and done properly before you start messing around with it, Next, of course, why did you pick up the Osmo Mobile 3? Well, it's quite simple. The folding mechanism. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. It simply snaps and it's on. No other mobile gimbal before this design was able to do such a thing, and I'm super happy with the way it works. Something I will say is when you use a case, it can very much depend on if you can actually fit in the gimbal. Oftentimes it just won't fit in the gimbal because of the type of case to use. You also have your USB-A port on the side and USB-C port. USB-A port allows for power delivery, and USB-C allows for power delivery, and it's the port you use to power the actual gimbal. Along the bottom itself, you have your 1/4" screw thread, which makes it very easy to attach to tripods, which you will be doing quite a bit. Of course, you have your hand gestures for taking photos and videos in the DJI Mimo app. And overall, what kind of experience? Why should you buy a gimbal? That's the main question you should be asking yourself before you pick up a gimbal. Because it's great, to have a gimbal. It can stabilize your shaky footage, I can just move it around like this, not shaky at all. So, yes, a gimbal is very handy. But it's only good if you're going to be doing run and gun stuff, or if you intend to do more, action stuff, and you don't want to buy a GoPro, you want to use your smartphone, but you want to get a bit more out of your smartphone for videography. And this thing will work with any smartphone, which is incredible. Although it will not work with an iPhone SE from 2016 or any of the phones of that size, unless you have a case on it, because it just barely isn't big enough. But other than that, it'll work with any phone. Of course, It's great fun to have this thing. I've been filming run and gun shots with this, I've been filming vlogs with this, I've been filming tech videos with this. And overall, it's just been a brilliant and fun experience. Because that's what this thing is. Fun. Of course, I do have some, complaints. I wish it was may have a more premium material, maybe metal at some point. Of course, the original DJI Osmo Mobile was made of metal, and they had to switch it to plastic to give it that €120 price point. I'd like to see them make a more premium pro version maybe, because someone out there might buy it. I'd also love to see them give more functionality to the DJI Mimo app. Maybe give you raw controls of the video, or be able to give you the functionality to change aspect ratio. The DJI Mimo app is brilliant, but it's definitely a basic app, to say the least. So yes, those are my complaints. Not a whole lot. Do I recommend this thing? Hell yeah, go for it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.